All right, here we go again. Buckle up.
You are listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, here we go. We continue on. It's funky on my phone nowadays with this app. I'm not sure what's going on. All right. So I'm still assessing the projections from those that seek to harm Eliana. It's interesting. Pulled out all the stops using all the psychological projections, operating physically. At this point, it looks like the hair color of choice is very similar to Eliana. Whereas before, it was a different color. I don't set these. Hashem is investigating by using me, but it shouldn't be happening, and that's the point. You all should be somewhere else. You're not keeping your community safe. You're devils that cause the fall and cause the crime. Then come along and say, aren't we wonderful? They're trying so hard. Again, some of it could be metaphysical. They're trying so hard, and no, it's not all metaphysical. They're trying so hard to get me to buy a new car so I would have a car payment. They're trying to creep everything up. I'm trying to hold off a vehicle until I pay off that loan, and I can't get forward to the necessities I need to get right now to keep my life going, to get that started yet. What they're trying to do is they're trying to increase my output to cause my life to be the same as it was before. So how would they do that? Another $500 for a place to live, another $500 for a car. And it's hard enough fighting Satan, right? Without Satan working in the governments, federal, state, and local. Local governments act like they all anti-deep state. They are the bread and butter of the deep state in the federal government. They have armies of local cops and local security people. And that is the deep state. They tried to make it something that just goes after Trump. They tried shifting it. And again, then they would say, oh, isn't Trump wrong for doing that? Don't you hate Trump for that? So they'll say, oh, we're trying to help Trump by doing that. Just like they're trying to help me out of anything I could have ever had. And that is the deep state motto. Help everybody out of anything they could ever have except for a little crony. Even there's even fighting cells within the deep state. But they're taken care of so it doesn't, very rarely affects them. Every once in a while there's a case off of it. Like, what's her name? The attorney general here? What was her name? She's part of a famous Casey family, maybe? I can't remember that woman. Whatever that woman was that was the attorney general here. She was deep state. And then Montgomery County put a case on her. I think it was. I hope Sunday's not like that because he does good work. He understands the plan. I'm just afraid if a Democrat gets in there, everything gets reversed as far as the federal government because he's receiving help. Like, what's his name? Josh Shapiro. I had a teacher named Mr. Shapiro. He was your uncle or something, or grandfather, or granduncle. It could be your grandfather, I guess. So, they talk about Trump, but again, to their credit, they're cooperating with certain things, and of course, it'd be stupid not to. Mr. Fetterman has spoken about the stupidity of some people. Well, they're actually trying to arrest narcotics distributors, and they're saying it's just about immigrants, but if you track certain mayors, maybe certain governors, I don't know, Congress people, whoever they are, well, if you track them, you'll find they're anti-law enforcement also. And again, Pennsylvania Supreme Court has found that there could be that possibility in Mr. Craster. Which is foolhardy. Again, if you're living in a gated community, you get all that money, you don't maybe care. But, people have to live, and it's not that easy to live today. Again, there's also a metaphysic to it. So the more of the criminal element that's in the community, the less successful people that aren't criminals are, but more successful criminals are. Nothing to do with more, but I'm explaining it to you. Hey, your turn lane's on, bro. So if I can tell what's going on. some intelligence sharing going on, and that's what law enforcement does. This political thing is brought about when it gets that extreme that it blocks investigation and law enforcement activity. Then it's crazy. It's something that will destroy a community. And I mean, you have to understand the whole ICE thing. I'll tell you what, if ICE's work, and I mean their specific work, because they do help with DEA work and FBI work and put leads in and all sorts of things. But just their ICE work, just their illegal alien work, and maybe this person was naturalized, they shouldn't have been, or whatever it is. If that work did not help the addict on the street, I wouldn't be as motivated for it. I mean, I would be, but but not like that. Well, because there's a lot of criminals that come from overseas and they're messing our communities up. And there's also, again, the metaphysic. What they believe in, if they have more money than me, they have more power. Well, I do other work, which increases my power. But let's say we're just average citizens. I don't mean work, but I do free work for God, free work for the government. Believe me, the government cannot possibly pay me off in this lifetime, even if it handed me $1 billion, because you can't replace life. And we're talking about decades. So I'm not being paid, really. It's just get me to a comfortable quality of life where the deep state can't be as successful as they've been. And again, developing income correlates to power also. So in the physical system, if you get a raise, then you have a little more power. And I knew none of this in government, but the others did and used it demonically. But their will, again, I don't project my will, but I have myself, and myself is realized by the system. So it projects the system will, per se. So they have this idea of what a government and what the world should be. And if they have money, if they have numbers of people, that's what the metaphysic is. So it becomes more difficult for America to be America. Again, they're part of America generally, but the United States to be the United States. And I think that's part of it. Everybody's saying America. We're actually the United States. America is South America, North America, Central America. And I think that shift is very difficult. I've tried to say United States instead of America. It just doesn't work because they're here. They don't want it to be the United States. They want it to be America, which means they're owning part of our nation. Their foreign nations are owning parts of our nation. And that president of Mexico knows that. She's a rich person. She knows how it works. No, yeah, she's not some Mexican grassroots person. She's part of the money set. Now I credit the administration here in Pennsylvania with I'm sure they're cooperating with the federal government, and maybe not as externally working with them as would normally occur. I mean, they are and they aren't. They're at least sharing information. There's a strategic plan to eradicate narcotics out of this state the best that they can, and that goes hand in glove with ICE. It goes hand in glove with DEA and all of that, and the attic on the street. That's what I'm going to get to, because they don't want to personalize it. They don't want to tell you that all these immigrants here is making it difficult to stop narcotics from reaching the attic on the street. It's just the sheer number of people that shouldn't be here, and they're not going to call. Generally, I mean, some may get smart. We put enough information out there about how to get a green card, but then they use that program to call on fictitious crimes or to be victims of fictitious crimes. So again, and that's the point. In those countries, the fraud we're seeing here is normal every day. Just pay somebody off when you get all the money and you do okay. And they were doing that. Now, one thing you should understand about Rush in CIA, remember, he was cleared as not being deep state, or he wouldn't have been there. What is it, Project 2025? I told you that somebody would get into it. Rush was cleared as not being deep state. That's why he was there and hadn't been removed. Yet he's probably one of the financiers of the deep state. Or anything back 5 years. Well, I guess you could. If you could. Let me think. If you can develop a criminal conspiracy, if it goes back 5 years, I think it's prosecutable. Right, because it's a continuing. Right. Because they can't charge everybody because they stopped 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. This fraud's been going on all along. I mean, President Trump himself and his people said, now he's afraid to say it, and they may have psyoped him into it. His first administration shit was going on, and he couldn't get the people working for him to do the job because he took over that Obama administration or Obama government. That's why 2025 was created. And then you try to use it for some other stuff. Well, if somebody's not deep state and they investigated Trump, there's no reason to, what the hell? Lunatics. Lunatics on the road. It's telling me to go this way. I got to find out where I'm going because I don't know. You know, as far as the UPS store, you know, I don't think it's anything personal. I don't know if the deep state said something or not, but UPS store at Giant Eagle in Gibsonia area, they're pretty rude, man. I mean, not all of them, but there's somebody that works there is rude. I only want to see rude people, man, if I can avoid them. So God's probably taking me somewhere else to drop this off. But again, in my life, it could be the deep state telling them to do me. I'm interested to find out what that Mexican restaurant, what that case is about. I don't know if we'll see it. It may have nothing to do with narcotics. I don't know. Could be. You know, they got those identity things going on also. But they're definitely acting on increased narcotics trafficking in the warmer months right now. Here in Pennsylvania. We did pray for Altoona for a bit. Hopefully that carries some stuff down there to get them busted. Or at least, you know, I prefer that they get a epiphany and they stop. I mean, there's so many programs out there. I mean, you're not going to be a rich drug dealer, but you can get your life back on track, I think, in this day and age. Just tell them, look, you know, I need some help. And if you got money, just put that stuff away, and you know, hopefully, you know, you can get away from it, and things become successful for you. And you don't do it anymore. That's the key. Now, I am noticing that some older crimes are being found out. So, again, the earlier you get away from it, the better. So Rush was cleared by Project 2025 somehow. He's probably one of the ones that were in there setting it all up so their people would look like big Trump supporters, or at least be represented as such. So you got rid of a lot of people we needed just because they did their job, and that's weird. I mean, sheriff's departments do that, but I mean, I think even Hughes did that. Hughes is just a piece of shit. He ain't money grubber, man. He went on Slickster's advice, who to keep and who to get rid of, right? I'm not sure where I'm going right now. I'm just going. I have to pull off the road in a second. get some guns. I'm sure there's a place near where I'm at. May have already passed it even. Oh, okay. Pull in up here. Yeah, I don't see the hill places that much. There's something going on. They got to be around me. Shutting down the vision. So if you look, there's a lot of religious people that were in the deep state. It's a scam. And they're the ones that are part of taking over the religion, paying the people they want to go up and screwing up the people they want to go down. And then by default, they own the religions, and the religions lie to everyone along with them. If they were doing it for their family and the wellness of their community, I would not be the person they were taking out. Believe you me. All right, we'll go up in here. What's it say up there? The Religious Gift Center. I guess it's Allison Park here. Heal that. All right, I'm off the traveled way. I'm in a parking lot. Put it in park. All right, where am I on this path? Oh, there's. That's pretty far. What's this one here? Actually, I went past it, I guess. See on the map here. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a local owner, I guess. We were trying to do that in Kansas. Go to get out of the Mo to go into the UPS store and go into an independent operator that was a. I mean, they're all local generally, but I had a feeling I passed it. It was in my. That's what it said in my mind. You passed it, but I had to heal a religious gift store here, only by 0.7 miles. All right, we continue on. Let me get this thing set up so it's got me going. It talks to me. Let me. What's a cross street so I know. Trying to think where I'm at here. There's a shopping center. What shopping center is it? At least I think it is.
Turn right onto State Highway 8 North.
Oh.
In half a mile, after Dreyer Physical Therapy Institute, turn right into the parking lot.
So Rush was able to beat Project 2025. And how did he do that? Well, there's people on leave right now. Now, like I said, 2025 wasn't necessarily intelligent. Well, again, if Trump doesn't make it back in, they're going to rehire a lot of those people and even probably give them maybe even back pay.
After Dreyer Physical Therapy Institute, turn right into the parking lot.
So it's not over till it's over.
Turn right into the parking lot.
Am I here? Oh, I'm here. Oh, I would actually. This is where I was going to turn, and I just kept me going a little bit more. There they are. Remember I think I said Home Depot, and I actually said I'm going to pull. I was going to say, I don't know if I said it, but I was going to say, I don't remember if I said it out or not. I was thinking I'll pull into the depot, and this place is called the Shipping Depot. Or depot, whatever you want. That's how God shows you that He exists. Now, Satan can do the same thing, but it's not the same thing. God has a specific, presence. Even if it's a kind of, do you want to, let me get out of this person's our way. Whoa. Yes, it just didn't cause an accident, but this person wanted a park. Oh, they're getting that parking spot. I didn't want to be in their way. I thought they were coming across to get in my parking spot. Yeah, I just want to not bother them if they wanted my parking spot. All right, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.